Hello, like you said, we tell the kids we are M&M, Mobley and Miller, and we teach a lot of classes together, collaborative English 9 and 10, and pretty much anything else they throw at us. Our project is called Can You Hear Me Now, and it is very multifaceted. It has a lot of different components to it. The first component is KVEC has been nice enough with ARI grants to grant me a Patriotivity grant the last 3 years, and we have produced an art and literature book that is student-driven, and this will be our 3rd edition because it is in combination with this grant that's called Can You Hear Me Now? So the book gives students a voice to publish and to have their artwork out in the community, and we meet once a month, and they get to talk to other kids that talk about art and writing, and honestly just a group of friends that they don't have anywhere else, someone that enjoys their same passion. So we do produce Patriotivity. They came up with the name. I am not artistic. I appreciate that talent. But the second part is that I used to be the speech coach at KCC, and I have since given that job to someone else, and she's very talented, and so by leaving that job I also try to support her in that, and we wanted the speech team to be able to have a voice, and they used to do like a parent night where they perform for their parents, but we don't have a very up-to-date auditorium. So as part of my transition innovation grant this year, I purchased the speech team a sound system so that they could do that, and they actually used it. Our speech team is going to be gone during the homecoming dance this weekend, and so our coach gave them their own homecoming dance in her classroom this past weekend, and they got to use the sound system that we purchased through our KVEC grant to have music and things like that for it, so that way they don't have to miss the homecoming dance. So that was another part of this grant. The third part is where we come in together at, and we're purchasing dry erase boards and markers, because collaborative students, you really need to know what they're thinking, and you really need to know that if you're teaching something, how they're hearing it, because sometimes you think you're doing a great job at it, and I include myself in that every day, and what they heard you say and what you said were two entirely different things, okay? And so if you use the dry erase boards where they pop those answers up instantly and you get to see what they're thinking, I think you can almost instantly correct your teaching and fix the misconception that happened. You know, when you were doing your presentation and the video was going, I thought that's great, because the kids could go, pause that, I don't understand why you did that, and that technology would give them a great idea for that. That was the first thing I thought about. And so giving students a voice, so that was one part. The other two items we haven't been fortunate enough to receive yet. We have them ordered. One is called Cue Ball, and it's an actual rubber ball that has a microphone in it, and we'll be able to pass it around the room, and the students will be able to speak into the microphone, because if you've taught a collaborative class before, they don't like speaking out loud very much. And to be able to hold a blue ball, because it is blue, be able to hold the blue ball up close to you and it go across the classroom and be able to hear their answer, I think will be so powerful for them, and to not have to ask a student to repeat something. I'll let Ms. Miller talk about our classroom a little bit more.
As she said with the marker boards, a lot of the students who are afraid that their answer would be incorrect, we've seen great success with participation and engagement, because their answer is not seen by peers. And we even do, actually, we didn't invent it, I know, but we do the bowl, the plastic bowl, so that their answer is even hidden inside. And so when they hold it up, they're providing their answer, but no one else knows if they've got it correct or not. And we're immediately taking formative assessment data, and we're switching up our game plan, and students are engaged. We've seen great success with that. And something that she didn't mention that I feel is a great success in our room, she is an excellent teacher to work with, by the way, is that, and they're kind of expensive, but the large Post-it notes. She is awesome at placing them all over the room, And so when students want to give information, whether it be a life question from a story that we've done, and they're able to get up, move, so there's movement in there. They place it on a yes, they agree, no, they do not agree. You know, what's things that are in your pockets for contents of a dead man's pocket, and small things like that. And I have seen such an increase in student engagement in the room. With our students, because there's comfort there, there's no one judging them, and I absolutely love working with her and all her ideas. And our student success rate and our assessments are showing that these activities are working.
But we just try to provide a different way for students to have a ton of voice in the classroom, because you just don't know all the time what they're thinking. And if you are teaching English in particular, there's a great website that we use called the Daily EOC that we do every day as our bell ringer, and you're more than welcome to steal our strategy, because there are 2 great answers and 2 lousy answers on the EOC. And so we do the whip and nay-nay. You whip out the 2 bad answers and you nay-nay between the 2 good answers. So you're more than welcome to steal that one. But we try to just give students a voice. The last thing we're going to be purchasing with our Transition Innovation Grant money is going to be, for us, a microphone amplification system for our classroom, because our classrooms are large, there are a lot of students in them, and sometimes when you have 3 and 4 collaborative classes a day, you get very tired of speaking the same thing over and over again, and we thought that might add some more energy to it. And for those collaborative students, a microphone system and hearing something louder, I think, keeps them on task a little bit better. So we have not been able to use that before. We're excited about it. But we do try to do all we can for them and let them feel loved and welcome in our classroom. So, any questions?